All right, folks. I just got this today. Well, I got a whole box of stuff today. Here's the first one we're going to talk about. Oh, there we go. Let's adjust the brightness here. We have a character by the name of Dylamug. Yeah, how do you like that? Dylamug is a brand new figure from the Masters of the Universe Classics line. And check this out. It's got a 10th anniversary on the box because, well, that's 2000. It's 10 years that I've been collecting these Masters of the Universe classics. Isn't that crazy? I've been giving Mattel and now Super 7 all my money. I don't even want to do the math and figure out how many thousands of dollars I've given to these people. But you know what? Worth every penny. Except for Madame Raz. And a couple of other things that I didn't like. But hey, let's open this guy. We're going to experience this together, folks. Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Look at that. Will you have a look at this? Dylamug. Look at this little thing. I'm going to turn this around. And look at that beautiful package. Uh-huh. Yeah, look, Dylamug. You know what? I'm pretty sure this will pop up later. I'm not going to read this to you. Well, you'll know how to read. But I will give you a quick summary. A diplomatic droid from the planet Robotica. Then Hordak reprogrammed him. Hordak loose. Gang of off-duty. Man, they really went into this whole story. I wish I worked for Mattel and Super 7. I could just make up my own crazy story for this guy. Dylamug used to be a trash can. He used to be better yet, he used to be a portal potty. And that's, and one day Hordak used his horde magic. And boom, there you have it. So anyway, Dylamug essentially is this character that came out on the She-Ra series. I never watched too much of it. I guess because I was more into Thundercats by that point. And the Horde were way cooler before they started coming out on She-Ra. So they never really talk about that in the documentaries. Like, the Horde came out way before. At least it seemed like it, When you're a kid and you're like 5 years old, the next year is like an eternity away. Anyway, so we're going to open this bad boy up and show you more about him. I'm just going to pause it, and we'll be back. And check this guy out. Yeah, there's Dylamug. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to give this character, this figure, a B+, okay? Here's why. Well, there's a lot of reasons why. But I'm going to give you some pros and cons of this guy. Now, you notice up there, he's got like a horde symbol from the cartoon. I like that because it looks like my logo. But, my logo is in no way inspired by that. Here's what's cool about it, and you can hear all this fumbling around. Oh, let me close this annoying door. Sorry. Oh. Anyway. You can get this, and you can put that on here, too. Now, we are going to stop the rotator, and we're going to bring him up a little closer. Look at that. So, like Man-E-Faces, similar to Man-E-Face, this doesn't move here. You can do that and give him this look. I understand. Look. The eyes... You got these sad eyes. So you have infinite combinations. Not infinite, but all sorts of different combinations. Like, you can kind of just, you can kind of. I'm not good at math, folks, but you can come up with your own means. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this over here. and show you that you can actually switch it here. Now, I'm an old school horde fit. Look at the sculpt on that horde. Ugh. Here, let's look at that Hordak face. Look at that. That's a little Filmation-y there too, because that's the Filmation Hordak. So let's put this right here. And let me just illuminate some of the things that I like and don't like about this. Oh, wait, there's one more. It comes with this thing. Let's open this guy here. This is like a projectile head thing, so that you can be shooting stuff. I don't think I'm going to be using this that much. It's cool that they added this, but I display my figures and just leave them there for, months on end. Then I'll got to figure out where to put this thing, It's cool. It's cool that they put that in there. Here, I'll go ahead and take it off. Look at this right here. Look at those things. Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Very 1950s sci-fi looking. I like that. Now, here's my big problem that we're going to talk about, and it's not just with this figure. Here, look at that. I like that. I like that. There, oh, jeez. Oh, no. What am I doing here? Oh. Here you go. Look at that. Let's get this thing. And, ooh. Yeah. Pretty guy. Pretty robot. Isn't that cool? So, okay. So, some years ago, Mattel developed this specific Filmation line that appeased a good number of fans. I'm very mixed about that, because there were figures beforehand. I think the point of Masters was to combine everything, give it a little bit of a Filmation meets classics, and meets the 2000X. They had the challenge of combining all the different phases of Masters of the Universe. So what we got with some of the figures like Fangor is that we got a very Filmation look, but we got some details in there. I think Super 7's trying to bring that back, but we got these fans that are adamant about having cartoon screen accurate, exactly what the Filmation is supposed to look like characters. I would have been happy with some of the characters if you just gave us like Filmation head to add with a detailed body. This character, what disappoints me a little bit is that it's not detailed enough, because this is not part of the Filmation line. So you don't, like, I would have loved to see like some wrinkles, some Iron Maiden Eddie wrinkles on him, and some airbrushing. But other than that, that's my big complaint. So that's why I'm not going to give this. You know what? I'm gonna give it a solid B, just because the figure, the buck, it's heavy. It's kind of heavy, heavier than your typical classics figure. I'm gonna take this off and keep it with the one I like here. And it's got its own unique build for it. You really can't use it for anything else. But check this out, though. You can't. That's it. It's just back and forward. Now, that's fun and all that, but for a $30 figure, $30+, I don't know. I would have liked, I mean, that's just me, though. I like hip articulation with my figures. Ever since, Transformers Beast Wars, some ball and socket stuff or whatever, some ratchets. But yeah, you got these right here. You can do that. No wrist swivels, I guess because of this. You have this. I mean, if it's a robot, you can argue, well, if it's a robot, it's okay if this is just like this. You never saw this character with his legs splayed out. You do have this right here. Now, if they had this, how come you couldn't put that right there? You know what I mean? You can't put a wrist. You can't have a wrist swizzle, but you can have the leg swivel. You have up and downs over here. You do have knees, but they don't go all the way back. It doesn't look like they go all the way back. Watch me break it. No, there's just like a little bit of a knee. So it is somewhat limited in articulation. That's not a big deal. It's just a bit of a deal, because it could have been better, I think. It looks fun though. Good display piece. Fingers don't have any articulation either. So it's going to have a very... You could pose it in many different ways, but all the poses are going to look kind of similar. Kind of a Scooby-Doo monster running, you know. What is cool about this figure, though, is that I guess you could mix and match it with your... I mean, I'm not too obsessed with scale. If it's close enough, you know, you could put this with your regular 5-inch ones. Anyway, hold on. Let's just get a few more little poses here. And here you have him hanging out with some Horde homies, alright? And I guess it kind of fits in with this middle-of-the-road aesthetic, you know? Let's do some spinning here. Where you got some detail and some cartoon qualities within. I guess it kind of fits. It's more leaning towards the... Ah! It's too powerful. He's leaning towards the Filmation aspect of it all. He's more of the Filmation guy. And that's a little tiny disappointing for me as a just toy fan. You know, I like the Filmation cartoons, don't get me wrong. But I also like... I think the Filmation, the idea of the Filmation was to create this, I guess, dumbed down version of what each toy was supposed to represent. So, I don't know. I mean, he's going to go good with some of the characters. I just don't know where to put him. You know, do I put him with these guys? I got like 3 different Horde. I got the Filmation Horde I'm working on. I only got Filmation Horde. Does that mean I'm going to have to get every single Filmation version of the character? Am I going to have to get an even more Filmation version of this guy? I don't know. That's a little frustrating to think about. I guess I'm fine with him. I'm fine with him. I don't want another Filmation version of him. But there you have it. Good figure. I give it a solid B, maybe B+. Just because it's so original and unique. I like it. Anyway, thanks. Do all the good stuff if you like it. You know, if you like the whole page and all that. You know, the like, subscribe with that whole stuff. Yeah.